Shameless Media.
This episode of Shameless is brought to you by Bridgerton Season 4. Part 1 drops January 29th and Part 2 drops February 26th, only on Netflix.
Hello and welcome to Shameless, the pop culture podcast for smart people who love dumb stuff. You're joined, as always, by Melbourne writers, Michelle Andrews and Zara McDonald.
We're fucking back, baby, and we're full video.
We are full video, so I'll be staring into this camera. This will last 2 seconds and then I'll forget about your camera.
Hello, producer Eilish Gilligan.
Hi.
Filling in for Annabelle Lee. Annabelle is back. She's gallivanting around the globe.
She's in Nicaragua.
In Nicaragua.
I don't even think I said that well.
Of course she is. She's back on the pod at some point. I think next week. Don't hold me to it.
I think it's next week too. But we probably need to do the coming up on today's show thing. So I will do that now. Coming up on today's show. And spoiler alert for those who are watching this at home, we actually read this. So I'll be reading straight from my laptop. The stress. We are back and we have got so much to cover. Brooklyn Beckham went bang and exposed all the reasons he's not on speaking terms with his parents, Victoria and David. Then Kelsea, Ballerini and Stokes are back together, but have some regrets. We'll get into that. Ashley Tisdale has written a blistering personal essay about leaving her mum group. Hailey Bieber insists she didn't reshare a TikTok accusing Justin of being abusive. Cher thinks Kristen could do better than Shepard. Earle, sorry, it's just so many. Earle moves on from her boyfriend with the greatest of all time. And I, in particular, would like to unpack Kim Kardashian's Christmas presents for her children.
It's going to be a big episode, but it's going to be an even bigger year because starting this week, guys, we're not just doing Monday and Thursday episodes. We are doing today's episode dropping on a Thursday. We are doing a Friday episode called Dumb Stuff Fridays. Do you want to walk through what the calendar looks like? The content calendar.
Yep.
The content week.
Yeah. Also, Michelle has a fringe.
Oh, wait, we're going to get to that.
No, well, but they've already started watching. They saw it from the moment they clicked in.
I have a fringe, everyone.
And she looks like Dakota Johnson's twin.
Except a lot of people keep coming to the office going, you look like Dakota Fanning. And I keep going, wrong Dakota.
I've also been supporting you on that. Wrong Dakota. Dakota Fanning, beautiful, but not the right.
I'll take either Dakota, to be clear. But just like objectively, I don't look anything like. I'm getting further away from Dakota Fanning.
So you have a fringe. It's a big year. So Monday won't change. It'll be our deep dive. You wanted to call this earlier on. You wanted to call it Smart Stuff Mondays. I flatly refuse because I do not promise smart stuff every Monday. Sometimes.
I don't think it's smart by like the average person standard per se. I think it's smart for this show. Like our smartest content will come on a Monday.
Yeah, that's true. Thursday will stay quick and dirty. Friday will be Dumb Stuff Friday. Expect nothing but the stupidest thing you've ever heard in your entire life.
Perhaps won't even be pop culture.
Who knows?
It'll just be whatever the fuck we want to talk about that week.
Who knows?
Yeah. Now, Rex will not be in Thursday episodes. Our Rex.
Will they not be?
Now, no. We have no Rex in Thursday, no Rex in Monday. All the recommendations, we did have meetings about this, but it has been a couple of months.
Well, we haven't recorded in over a month, so I'm surprised we're not more rusty.
Yeah, and you've been awake since 3:30 because you're jet lagged.
Yeah, I am. I said to the girls before we recorded, so I've been up since 3:30, which I appreciate. Lots of parents have probably been up since 3:30 too. My specific issue is I got up at 3:30 and decided to take 2 diazepam to fall back asleep, and I didn't fall back asleep. So at any point in this episode, I could just fall asleep.
Hallucinate, fall asleep.
We
don't know. Or just be super, super zen.
So not anxious about a single thing. So yes, recommendations will happen tomorrow. I'm super excited about that. This is the only video episode we're dipping our toes in for a full-length video episode once a week. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
So if you want to see us IRL, but not really, if you want to put us up on your screen, Spotify, YouTube, every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
I'll promise to try and style my fringe to the best of my ability. I was excited because Gil's obviously filling in on this episode, and I messaged Gil being like, oh my God, the fringe debut of 2026. We can be fringe buddies. Gil's fucking slicked her hair back.
I know.
She's left me in the dust so I can fringe alone.
Yeah, but okay, the numerological significance of like when I wash my hair, that is like a fixed thing, and I need to wash my hair tomorrow. So I needed to slick back today.
And also maybe it's fine for your fringe to fly alone.
Yeah,
like maybe it needed its moment. I'm in a fringy top. I did say if you got a
Yes.
fringe, I would get a fringe tattoo, which I can still do. I just haven't organised
I mean,
it.
you can still do. You will still do.
Oh, I will.
And I think we plan that on a Dumb Stuff Fridays episode.
Okay, that will be on. Oh, there's the diazepam. Hello. Okay, any other housekeeping before we get into more fun things?
Not
that Fringe wasn't fun.
No, the Fringe is fun. It's a bit of more curtain bangs if anyone's disappointed. If you wanted me to get a full across Fringe, it's not that. But one housekeeping thing up the top. I feel like people will expect us to cover every single headline from the break. We simply do not have the resources nor the time. Some stories have not made the cut. For example, Harry Styles' album. Very happy for him, very excited about it. We'll talk about it when it's time. That's all there is to say. He's got a new album. It's not making the cut.
Yeah, we had some arguments about that. Look, this run sheet was a tough one. There will be things we haven't been able to cover because we simply do not have time. In fact, this intro was already about 5 minutes longer than I wanted it to be, given how much we have to cover. But that is fine. I'm not hallucinating.
We're Abby Lee Miller, and we have a pyramid of stories. And the bottom row of the pyramid simply couldn't get into this week's episode. We're so sorry. We'll cover it if it's relevant next week.
Anything else?
I want to hear about your celeb spotting story because you messaged me
You
over
don't
the
know
break.
I have one.
Okay, Gil. Zara messaged me over the break, and I can't remember exactly what she said, but it definitely gave the impression that she spotted a celebrity in Hampstead Heath in London, but didn't want to tell me because she wanted to save it for the show. Am I correct? Did you spot a celebrity in Hampstead?
So I texted you and I said, I have something to tell you, but I can't. And you from that deduced that it was a celebrity in Hampstead Heath. I told you I was in Hampstead Heath. You would be correct.
Okay, great.
So I would like to officially present to this show the greatest celebrity spotting we've ever had.
Whoa.
Easily.
Oh, can we guess? Is it a game?
And I would like to, yes, you may. I would like to manage expectations. I didn't ask for a photo or anything.
You never have
It was
before.
I had never have before, and I am not going to pretend I'm anyone different. However, this was, I was buzzing. I have never buzzed like this in my entire life. So can I set the scene?
Yeah.
All right, so I've landed in London. It's like just after Christmas. It's the next morning I wake up, first day on holiday. I'm walking with my friends who live over there through Hampstead Heath.
Gorgeous spot of the world.
Which is like a big, beautiful park in London. I look to my right and there's like a slight hill. And in the middle of that hill, there's a chair, like a bench, and a couple arm in arm. And I looked over and I went, no fucking way.
Celebrity couple.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
In Hampstead Heath.
So before you guess, I said to Ollie right after this happened, top three. Like if I had have given you three celebrities that I would lose my mind of seeing, this would be top three. He politely or gently suggested maybe I was exaggerating and it was top five.
Okay, well, if you're being truthful about that, your top three genuinely.
Yeah, here we go.
As an unbiased party.
Thank you.
Would be Tom Holland and Zendaya,
Yep.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey.
Yeah.
My third spot, I'm not 100% sure. Who's your third? Who was it?
Dua Lipa and Callum Turner.
You didn't.
So guess what happened? I said to my friends straight away, I said, holy fucking shit, that's Dua Lipa. And they said to me, why did you yell that? And I said, did I? And they said, you did. So we kept
saw
walking.
Dua Lipa.
And Hannah, I have to say, Hannah, one of my best girlfriends, turned around to me and she said, Michelle will never forgive you if you do not turn back around and go up to her.
Hannah, I've always liked you.
And so I said, you're right, she will kill me. I do not have a good reputation of celebrity going up to. So I turned.
Celebrity going up to. Perfect syntax.
I turned around
You fucking
and
said
I
hello.
walked up that hill.
No, you didn't.
I'm so proud of you.
And I said, I am so sorry to do this.
Shut the fuck up.
I will spend no time. I will not annoy you. I just wanted to say, I love your work. And she turned around and she said, oh my goodness, thank you so much. That's so kind. I hope you have a lovely day. And I said, I hope you have a lovely day. I'm really sorry for interrupting you. And then I ran away. I actually skipped down the hill. Ollie has a photo of me skipping.
I am so proud. This is character development
Yep.
for you.
Mhm.
This is personal growth.
Yep.
This is everything I wanted for you and more. You're right. Dua Lipa and Callum Turner would absolutely be in your top three. I'm so
Thank you.
sorry for
Yeah. I
suggesting
think
Sienna Miller.
Sorry. Oh, I knocked my mic to the cameras. Yeah, I think top three.
Zara.
And so I think I can say I've met Dua Lipa.
You have met
Well,
Dua
that is the
Lipa.
definition, right? A back and forth conversation.
was part of you, a tiny, tiny part of you, hoping that maybe she was a Shameless listener over there? No. Dua Lipa, I love your work. And she'd look up and you go, Zara, McDonald, I love your work. And then you'd cuddle and then you'd go to a wine in Hampstead. Part of you wanted.
No, I didn't.
I would wonder. Because obviously it would be unlikely. But we do have some listeners over in London. It could be Dua Lipa.
We have quite a big listenership in London. I don't think Dua Lipa is one of them. Anyway, so that was my story for you. I met Dua Lipa.
I can't believe that.
And I kept it to myself.
And that's the other part of the character development. Old you would have fucking voice noted me.
No, I think I would have just called you.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
And for me by extension. Thank you, Hannah.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you to Hannah. And also Ollie was there too. And Hugh, my other friend. They were actually pushing me. It was really good to have 3 supportive friends to be like, it's not annoying. And I think it was vindication because the minute that happened, I bumped into a Shameless listener who was like, I'm so sorry to bother you. And I was like, don't you dare apologise for bothering. We all bother.
I think the key to coming up to someone like Dua Lipa is exactly what you did of, I'm not going to waste a second of your time. Huge fan. Enjoy your day.
Yeah.
Oh my
Clocked
God.
it. Anyway, we have so much to get through.
I think another big celebrity sighting is in our midst this year.
Well, yeah.
I
Who?
think-
How can we go bigger?
I think we will have another.
Okay.
I'm putting it out to the universe. Anyway, should we get into the quick and dirty?
Yeah, this is where are we? Oh no, 11 minutes. Terrible.
Zara gave us a time limit. She wants the episode to be an hour.
Yeah, well,
For video editing.
logistically it has to be.
Video editing purposes, it has to be an hour. We're 11 minutes in. Can we do it?
We can do it.
I think we can do it. The quick and dirty is the top 5 stories. Today, 7 stories of the rough and tumble of the celebrity and pop culture news cycle. Zara, Dua Lipa's best friend, McDonald.
Thank you.
What have you got for us?
All right. I do not want to reconcile with my family, says Brooklyn pelts Beckham. That is from The Guardian. Guys, I genuinely think this must be one of the biggest celebrity stories in the last 12 months.
This is huge. This has to be perhaps one of the biggest stories we've ever covered. We've known for years, since the wedding in 2022 between Brooklyn Beckham and Nicola Peltz, that things are awry between Brooklyn and his family. Post-wedding, we've had a bunch of different stuff. Like we've had social media blockings, we've had no-shows at birthdays, big events. I'm pretty sure when David Beckham was knighted or something, Brooklyn wasn't there. So like big moments in the family, there's clearly been a rift for some time.
Yeah, that's not been a shock to anyone, and I think that's been as fact can be. What we didn't have this entire time was any kind of reasoning, right? On Tuesday morning, though, Australia time, we woke up to a 700-word statement. I did put the word count in
Good job.
the computer.
In ChatGPT or
Oh, I just said computer. I won't tell you where I got it from. We're railing against the frictionless stuff about this. And he wrote about the state of his relationship with his parents. It was a nuclear statement. Like he did go nuclear.
Yeah, we've got most of it here for you guys. We'll read it out. He said, I've been silent for years and made every attempt to keep these matters private. Unfortunately, my parents and their team have continued to go to the press, leaving me with no choice but to speak for myself and tell the truth about only some of the lies that have been printed. I do not want to reconcile with my family. I am not being controlled. I'm standing up for myself for the first time in my life. For my entire life, my parents have controlled narratives in the press about our family. The performative social media posts, family events, and inauthentic relationships have been a fixture of the life I was born into. Recently, I've seen with my own eyes the lengths they'll go to place countless lies in the media, mostly at the expense of innocent people, to preserve their own facade. But I believe the truth always comes out.
Right, so that's how it began. We're just going to pull out as many snippets in quick succession as we can. He went on, my parents have been trying endlessly to ruin my relationship since before my wedding, and it hasn't stopped. My mum cancelled making Nicola's dress at the 11th hour despite how excited she was to wear her design, forcing her to urgently find a new dress.
He went on, the night before our wedding, members of my family told me that Nicola was not blood and not family. Since the moment I started standing up for myself with my family, I've received endless attacks from my parents, both privately and publicly, that was sent to the press on their orders. My mum hijacked my first dance with my wife, which had been planned, sorry, this is the real clincher, which had been planned weeks in advance to a romantic love song. In front of our 500 wedding guests, Mark Anthony called me to the stage where in the schedule was planned to be my romantic dance with my wife, but instead my mum was waiting to dance with me instead. She danced very inappropriately on me in front of everyone. I've never felt more uncomfortable or humiliated in my entire life. We wanted to renew our vows so we could create new memories of our wedding day that bring us joy and happiness, not anxiety and embarrassment.
Should we pause there for a moment?
Please.
So I'm obviously thinking lap dance.
Line dance.
Lap.
Lap dance.
I don't think it was, but naturally when you say someone's dancing inappropriately.
Picturing Victoria Beckham doing a lap dance. Yeah. A lap dance is probably less weird for Victoria Beckham.
What's a line dance?
I don't know. Just some kind of
like a rodeo
you know what?
dance.
Never mind. Keep going.
I think that's a move on job, yep. No, but like I don't actually
the
think
dancing community know what I'm talking
Yeah, of course. Famously, you and the dancing community are one and the same. No, like you hear someone danced inappropriately on me. What image do you have in your head?
Can I offer a rebuttal? I saw an amazing theory on TikTok from the TikToker Madeline White. She said, and some of the people in her comments said, it's giving old money versus new money. We know Dave and Victoria are like new money, willing to take the piss out of themselves, do those kind of like groovy little dances.
Like a jive.
Like a jive. And yeah, maybe are a little bit silly. I wonder if this was actually a clashing of the Peltzers in like there's a certain way of doing things. We're not necessarily taking the piss out of ourselves all the time. And that kind of we take the mickey British energy. I think it's more a reflection of that than her dry humping her son.
No, we can't say that.
Can we?
I don't know.
Oh, well, I'll look to the producers in the room. Can I say dry humping her son? I've
your
got one
show,
vote,
babe.
yes, 2 votes, yes.
We do have producer Mon in the studio who's just joined us.
Hi, producer Mon. Producer Mon gave me a wholehearted nod. I'm glad that was like one of your first big decisions, the Shameless media team.
Look, the thing I don't think I agree. Can I go back to the wording? She danced very inappropriately on me, not next to me. She danced very inappropriately. She danced very inappropriately on me. It is such a peculiar thing to say.
It is. And don't get me wrong, and I want to emphasize the word some mothers of sons get spectacularly weird on their sons' wedding days. So do I think it's possible? For sure. I think I'd hedge my bets on the old money, new money theory though.
Just quickly as well, back on the wedding dress thing while we've paused on this. A lot of people have gone back and forth saying, okay, but Nicola Peltz Beckham did that big interview with Vogue after they got married.
Or Valentino.
And said that she had been working with Valentino on her main wedding dress for 12 months. So then the conversation is, okay, well, was the Victoria Beckham dress your main dress? Was it a secondary dress? I'm pretty sure she had like 5 dresses anyway.
Yep.
How big of a deal is it that Victoria Beckham pulled out at the 11th hour if it wasn't your main wedding dress? And also, would it look funny if the mother-in-laws, as the fashion designer, didn't get the main dress?
Yeah, true. What do I think about that? I don't think it would look funny if she didn't get the main dress. I think it looks funny if she doesn't get a dress. What do you think?
No, I think she probably could have got the slinky after party dress because I think that fits very well into the Victoria Beckham aesthetic.
That's her. She's not the big wedding dress kind of designer anyway. I want to deep this whole Mark Anthony involvement thing.
Oh my God. Of all there are so many more things to
No, I know. But like Brooklyn's doing this whole statement being like, my family's been going to the press, and perhaps he is right. In fact, this statement got me quite on board the Brooklyn Beckham train. However, when it comes to stories from this wedding, he and Nicola have for sure been speaking to the press as well.
That's the thing, because we knew that Mark Anthony Victoria Beckham thing. Granted, we didn't know the dancing on.
What we knew,
but we knew,
was in the middle of last year, People magazine ran an exclusive that Mark Anthony apparently got up at their wedding and said, and now I'm going to welcome the most beautiful woman in this room to the dance floor, ... Victoria Beckham, which has to be illegal. You can't say that at someone's wedding.
Of course you can't.
So maybe Mark Anthony is actually like an agent of chaos here, that he deserves a little bit of backlash.
I think this is what's really interesting to me. I agree with you. There's so much that's littered through this statement of my parents are constantly talking to the press, and I think they are. I also think Brooklyn and Nicola have been talking to the press because a lot of this felt incredibly familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's a world in which one of the guests of the wedding leaked that to people though?
Nope. It was that People magazine story was so pro Brooklyn and Nicola and very much positioned them as the victims. I could not see that coming from anyone unless it was Brooklyn and Nicola's camp, which, mind you, if my mum and dad, which is bizarre to even think about, was running to the press telling negative stories about me, perhaps it is absolutely my right to then run to the press and tell negative stories about them. But it's just like this whole thing is so batshit crazy that this is actually how a family functions and this is actually life for some people.
Well, yeah. I've seen and heard so many comparisons over the last couple of days about Prince Harry and the royal family and the idea that you are born into this kind of brand and institution and similar gripes, I think, of having very little control over your own life and destiny and feeling like these people control you and will leak against you. I really do sit on this side of I don't know if you can complain about other people leaking against you if you leak against them, even if they went first. So even if your leak was in retaliation, I do not know if you can complain about that if at any point you've done the same thing.
So fair.
I want to go on to this. I mean, there's so much we could do here, but I want to go on to this line that I read about 5 times because I didn't really understand it at the time. He said this as well. Weeks before our big day, my parents repeatedly pressured and attempted to bribe me into signing away the rights to my name, which would have affected me, my wife, and our future children. They were adamant of me signing before my wedding date because then the terms of the deal would be initiated. My holdout affected the payday, and they've never treated me the same since. So much code there for people that didn't have the story right. Initially, when I read this, I thought a couple of things. I actually genuinely thought it had something to do with them trying to protect the Beckham name before Nicola entered the family and how Nicola could potentially use the Beckham name.
I thought the same.
When the Daily Mail came out overnight, though, I suspect they've been talking to David and Victoria because they said it's actually slightly different. Victoria Beckham owns the trademark to Brooklyn's name and the rest of her kids.
Has for 10 years. She lodged that in 2016, which, again, just saying the obvious, all of this is really
it's not
foreign.
I think that's the right thing. I was going to say it's not normal, but I don't really know what normal is in these circumstances where families are brands and all of those kinds of things.
And who should own a trademark of their children who are at this point in time under the age of 18?
Well, I think parents should own the trademark of their kids' names when they're this famous so that nobody else can take advantage of them. I think that is a responsible thing to do. Brooklyn Beckham is now 26-ish, I think.
Yeah.
So it really poses the question of...
Could that have been passed on? I don't even know.
I don't know. 100%. But that does lapse in December, right? So what the Daily Mail argued is the deal that Brooklyn's alluding to is David Beckham had this company, DB Ventures. They were selling a majority stake to it. And apparently there were this contract that he was asked to sign as part of that deal that had to do with the use of his name because Victoria owned the trademark. I'm no lawyer, but I spent a good time this morning thinking about this, and I think I can't quite work out what the problem would have been for Brooklyn to not sign this because he didn't own the trademark to his name anyway.
And these sources in speaking to the press this morning, what we read is Brooklyn didn't sign this contract. The deal went through anyway. So it wasn't actually, it sounds like it would have been a nice to have. Like it would have made everything, it's like a nice green light to have.
Yeah.
But the deal went through without him signing on, and it doesn't sound like there was any loss of money. Brooklyn's statement implies that his parents lost out on all these millions and that's why they've never forgiven him, when it's like, well, actually the deal went through. So what are you talking about?
I think it must have just been the timeline. Yeah, and the threat of it falling over, I guess. But if you've been also reading that and not understanding what it is, I don't even think we have the full story on that or probably ever will because that's like a randomly confusing line to include.
Brooklyn also implies that like his mum was bringing random women from his past back into his life to try and get him to break up with Nicola. It's abundantly clear Brooklyn's family do not like Nicola. And I guess I want to be honest with the listeners. One place my mind goes to is I do sometimes feel uncomfortable when someone gets into a new relationship and all of a sudden they are completely estranged from everyone that they've grown up with, completely estranged from their entire family. Like I find that dynamic troublesome sometimes. But I want to make space for what if Brooklyn's met this woman who has illuminated to him all of the very toxic, abusive ways he's been raised, and it's very healthy for him to cut off his entire family. It would be, I don't know, an error of judgment on my part not to raise that. That makes me uncomfortable. When someone gets into a new relationship and cuts off everyone in their life or most of the people in their life, I find that to often be a warning sign.
Yeah, I think another question that a lot of people have had is why now? Like what's with going bang right now? A little bit's been bubbling over the summer, but nothing crazy. Like the idea that Victoria liked an Instagram video, so then Brooklyn sent a legal letter. I actually thought that was all bullshit. What
was the video again?
It was a cooking video. It was like a chicken one.
That she liked his video.
Yeah, and then he apparently sent her a legal letter to say, reminder, you're not meant to contact me. Legal letters aren't binding though. Like you can send someone a legal letter, but it doesn't mean they have to agree with it.
And also, is an Instagram like contacting someone?
But so over the summer, I was like, oh, this is all bullshit. Like it's all just too loose. Like none of this holds anything.
Yeah.
I suspect this is actually what happened, to be honest. And a day or two before this statement was released, Nicola and Brooklyn sacked their crisis PR team. So they had hired a guy called Matthew Hiltzik. That guy's worked with the likes of Weinstein and Depp, which is
great.
good.
Awesome.
And they parted ways after working with him for 7 months, ostensibly, I guess, because David and Victoria were winning the PR war. I also find that interesting. I reckon they were acting alone in publishing this.
Which brings me to the big question. Do we think this was in any way smart, in any way the right decision? Because I read this and my gut reaction was, good on you. If that's your story and that's how you feel, good on you. But then obviously like, thank you for posting this week when Shameless is back in a couple of days. The longer I've sat with it, I'm like, oh God, it's the Prince Harry thing of this is so difficult to get past. As soon as you air this stuff publicly, as soon as your grievances are public, it's near impossible to mend that wound.
Yeah, unless a relationship breaks down.
Unless he gets a divorce.
Yeah, which would be the same for Prince Harry, I suspect. Maybe not with Prince Harry. Maybe that's not a perfect comparison.
No,
but
I think that actually, I don't think it's perfect, but I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
I think it would be both marriages. It's clearly this like us or her mentality, I think, in both situations.
Completely. Do I think it's smart? I think in many ways their aim was to get some positive press back and a little bit more sympathy, and I think it did that.
Yes, I
So
agree.
in the short term, I think it's smart. In the long term, it depends what you want. If he's never got an intention of reconciling with his family, which is what he says, then I guess that maybe it is smart. I don't know.
Will David and Victoria do anything?
No, they will
agree.
not, and they should not.
It
will look petty if you go tit for tat with your son publicly.
Especially, I completely agree. I think by their silence, they will come across looking more dignified, looking classier, looking more mature.
And it plants seeds of doubt in certain specific stories. Like if you don't have a right of reply, there's just too much grey.
And I want to make it clear, I'm not doubting Brooklyn's claims. Like I do not want this to come across that I'm pro his parents and anti-Brooklyn. I think all of this just made it far muddier for me. I think the smarter PR move is for them to stay completely silent.
Coming up after the break, we have a million more stories. But first, a word from today's sponsor. Mish, we spend a bunch of time on this show dissecting drama, but nothing delivers a scandal quite like the new season of Bridgerton. The ton is back and the romance is sweeping.
Absolutely. Bridgerton Season 4 is turning its focus to second son Benedict Bridgerton, who gets pulled into a true fairy tale when he meets a mysterious lady in silver at his mother's masquerade ball.
It is fascinating how the season explores that classic question, is it better to follow your heart or live strictly by the rules that society has set?
It's that feeling of chasing something that feels just out of reach. That's the core of the forbidden romance theme, and it's what makes the show so addictive. It encourages fans to view their own lives through that romantic lens.
And Netflix Australia is inviting fans to live out their fantasy. They are setting up the Bridgerton Mask Parlour, a luxurious Regency-era photo experience to take a portrait fit for a fairy tale. You can visit the Bridgerton Masquerade Parlour from January 31st to 1st at 362 Little Collins Street in Melbourne.
Get ready for a new season of Bridgerton. Part 1 drops January 29th and Part 2 drops Feb 26, only on Netflix.
Thank you so much to Netflix for making this episode of Shameless possible. So the elephant in the room is that there's a drill outside.
Yeah, guys. Literally as soon as we finish that segment, works on next door's roof began.
Let's see how we go.
Let's see how we go. We might have to just record through drilling it.
I think, we've got to get the episode out to people.
Mon, who's editing the video, looks thrilled.
Our second story, Kelsea, Ballerini and Stokes confirm they're back together 3 months after a breakup. That is from E! News. Look, this is one of my favourite stories of the break. Shall I quickly take you through it?
Yeah, quickly take us through it. I'm into it. Like tepidly.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
It's not like 20 minutes on the Beckhams kind of story.
No.
All right, so Kelsea Ballerini, obviously very famous country music star. We've spoken about her on the show before.
You're a big fan.
Big fan. She dates and has in the past Stokes, the star of Outer Banks. In September, they broke up. We spoke about it on the show, Mish, you might remember, because it was really confusing because they kind of leaked to People magazine that they had broken up. But the day before that article came out, he posted like a 10-image carousel of her for her birthday.
Super lovey-dovey, super giving, like we're doing better than ever in a romantic relationship. He wrote, although you keep saying you're not excited for 32, I'd say I'm looking forward to more of this. Happy birthday, my love.
Next day breakup, right?
Confusing.
Super confusing. So then in November, what happened was everybody started reporting that these two were back together. She reportedly visited him on set. They were videoed like dancing in the street together. So everyone's like, oh my God, they're back together.
Do you want them to be together?
At this point, no, but that's not my business. No, just you, what? Wait. At this point, yes. In the story in November, sure. By January,
Okay. November, yes. January, no.
So in November, after everybody said they're getting back together, he went on Instagram and said, don't believe the media. I'm blocked.
Oh,
I did nothing wrong. I'm sorry, I tried.
did we cover this on the show?
No,
I
think
was on leave.
Yeah. I'm sorry for those who believed in us. It is what it is.
Wow.
I'm blocked. So
I did nothing wrong.
I did nothing wrong. Then, on New Year's Eve, Kelsea Ballerini posts a photo of the two of them together. They're sort of almost embracing with the sunset behind them. And she said, messy year for the heart, messy year for the outside coming in. Messy year for the way it became an out of our hands portrayal of it. I'm sure you'll have thoughts on that. But what I'll say, and what I really care to share indefinitely with my personal life anymore, is that I really love love. I believe in it, I believe in him, and I believe in breaking patterns. She kind of said, go kiss your person and stop speculating.
No.
Yep.
Oh.
I knew you'd have thoughts on that.
Go kiss your person and stop speculating. On top of messy year for the way it became out of our hands portrayal.
But it doesn't quite help when your boyfriend says I'm blocked.
I give that a 0 out of 10. Also, she clearly went to People to say we've broken up and clearly did that to make him look silly when he had just posted her the day before. Clearly she'd seen something on her birthday dinner or something that she didn't like that he had maybe, I don't know.
Yes.
Who knows what Chase
Well,
was up to.
you know what? He almost admits to it because he posted the same photo on Instagram and wrote on New Year's Eve, something I've learned this year, don't take advantage of the most beautiful things that in 33 years of life are fleeting. Ooh. Take accountability, learn from mistakes, lean into love and say it often. 2026, my year of growth, my year of truth. Starting here, starting now. Happy New Year.
Oh, thanks, Chase. Happy New Year to you too. I hate it. I hate it. 0 out of 10. They will not last, unfortunately. I also love love. And I love believing in things. I do not believe in this.
I just think
it shouldn't be this hard.
No, well, obvious. I just kind of think, don't believe what you read in the media. Stop speculating the outsider, controlling our story.
I keep seeing the name Wolf around.
Yeah, literally. Why is everyone calling my baby Wolf? What the fuck is wrong with you all? It's that. It's a wolf. It's a wolf.
It's a wolf. I think that's what we begin this year. They're wolfing us.
They're wolfing us.
I will not fall for it. Do not wolf me.
Why have we never wolfed as a verb? We've been doing this show for years. We've brought up wolf for years. I refuse to re-explain it.
Don't wolf us.
Yeah, I refuse to be wolfed.
Okay.
Our third story.
Thank you so much. A deep dive on Ashley Tisdale and Hilary Duff's mum group friendship breakdown. That is from Elle magazine. I have 10 million thoughts about this. Obviously, we know Ashley Tisdale. She's from High School Musical. She was Sharpay. She was iconic. She's now 40 years old. She has a daughter named Emerson Clover French.
Sorry. Pause. We are on a strict time crunch. A few details there that didn't need to be in that story. Her age, certainly the name of her daughter, and we all knew she was Sharpay.
No, because I want to do a very, very quick round robin.
No.
Whose celebrity's baby name is the most celebrity baby name? So we've got Emerson Clover French. Okay. Hilary Duff's baby name is Towns Meadow Bear.
1 second. If you get one tangent, I'm taking one later. Okay. I've got a tangent token.
Approved. Also, it's me. If you told me the episode was going to be 3 hours, I'd be like, sure thing.
Mom's going to have a heart attack.
Poor Mom. Okay,
sorry.
Mandy Moore's baby name. This is a weak contender. I love the name, but not celebrity baby name. Just Louise Everett. Great name.
Yeah.
And then Meghan Trainor, Barry Bruce. Which celebrity baby name is our favourite?
Barry Bruce.
Yeah, Barry Bruce.
Obvious
feels
and
strong.
onwards.
Why is that giving like old man?
It's giving the shark in Finding Nemo.
It is. Is it Barry or is it Bruce? I don't know.
It's a strong name. Anyway, that was my tangent.
Yeah. Okay.
When would you like to redeem yours?
I have an idea for later.
Okay.
Okay, so on Jan 5, The Cut published a story penned by Ashley She actually first discussed this in a blog post. So she'd written a blog post about this. I don't know if you guys read Gossip Time by Ali Jones. She has like a great newsletter. I do suspect Ali Jones picked up on this drama and loved it well before the rest of the internet because wrote about this blog post.
Go, Ali.
Then The Cut picked up the blog post and kind of got Ashley to publish, I think, a lengthier piece. That piece was titled, Breaking Up with My Toxic Mum Group. I thought I found my village. Instead, I was back in high school. Should we read out some bits?
Yeah. The context you guys need before we read out these snippets is these women became mums. Actually, most of them became mums years before they became a mum group. A lot of them had kids in the pandemic. It was lockdown, blah, blah, blah. They didn't have the opportunities to connect IRL. It sounds like around 2024, 2025, they connect and start this mum group.
Yeah, sorry. And I forgot to reiterate the women, a lot of them were famous.
Yes. Okay. Here's the first snippet. By the time we started getting together for playdates and got the group chat going, I was certain that I found my village. But over time, I began to wonder whether that was really true. I remember being left out of a couple of group hangs, and I knew about them because Instagram made sure it fed me every single photo and Instagram story. At first, I tried not to take things personally. It's not like people aren't allowed to get together without me. And maybe there were perfectly good reasons that I hadn't been invited. We were all busy, life was hectic. I told myself it was all in my head and it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, she went on, why me? The truth is I don't know and I probably never will. What I do know is that it took me back to an unpleasant but familiar feeling I thought I'd left behind years ago. Here I was sitting alone one night after getting my daughter to bed thinking maybe I'm not cool enough. All of a sudden I was in high school again feeling totally lost as to what I was doing wrong to be left out. But I'm not in high school anymore. I'm a mum, and it's because I'm a mum that I couldn't stay quiet. I kept thinking, aren't we supposed to be teaching our kids to speak up for themselves when their feelings are hurt? When they get left out on the playground, aren't we supposed to teach kids to include each other? I knew that I had to speak up for myself, just like I would want my daughters to do. So that's exactly what I texted the group after being left out from another group hang. This is too high school for me, and I don't want to take part in it anymore. It didn't exactly go over well. One sent flowers, then ignored me when I thanked her for them. Another tried to convince me that everyone assumed I'd been invited to gatherings and just hadn't showed up. Then why didn't anyone ask where I was, I wondered. To be clear, I never considered the mums to be bad people. Maybe one. A famous line. But I do think our group dynamic stopped being healthy and positive for me anyway.
Yeah. She finished, from the feedback I've received since I've started talking about all this, I now know I'm far from the only mother who's been brought to tears by members of a group that's supposed to lift everyone up. This performed so well. It's been like the number one story on the Cuddle Month. And I have so much to say. I don't want anyone to ever feel left out.
No.
That's a yuck feeling objectively, and it sucks. And I think everyone listening to this right now has felt that at some point in time.
Yeah, but you are our in-house mum, so anything you say about this is correct.
This has nothing to do with being a mum.
No.
I get so confused when being a mum is brought in as if to be like, and I'm a mum and we are all mums, and therefore why am I being left out? I'm like, why are we talking about mothers as if, I don't know, like, behavior of mothers has to look completely different to any other member of society. Reading this piece, I was like, okay, it sounds like maybe the group had some issues with you. Maybe they could have spoken to you about that. Instead, they chose to very quietly just ice you out or very slowly ice you out. I'm not convinced that is some moral failing. Like, it's yuck and it's one of those human experiences I wouldn't wish upon anyone. But has anyone done anything egregious here?
The
No?
line that I probably shouldn't have been so fixated on this month, but I would be lying if I said I wasn't fixated on it, was this one. One sent flowers, then ignored me when I thanked her for them. That feels like a really standard exchange to me.
Yeah.
Someone sends flowers, you say thank you, and it is not a problem if you don't reply to that.
Yeah.
That feels like especially picky to me.
Yeah. I also want to deep the line, when they get left out on the playground, aren't we supposed to teach kids to include each other? Yeah, perhaps. Do adults owe each other friendship? No. Are you owed inclusion into a friendship group? No. I think the social contract is that you participate as a friend and you're not owed inclusion into anything as an adult, I don't think. Is that bold?
Do you think the mum group is relevant because when you're a new mum, sometimes a mother's group is like the one place where you get support from other new mums going through something very vulnerable?
I think there is a vulnerability to it, but I would say it's not that dissimilar to any other form of female friendship I've had.
Okay.
And I would say it is not a social contract that is enduring forever. Like, okay, maybe it's lovely to have that for a few months. They do not owe you that friendship or that connection till the end of time.
I imagine from the one mum's group that I'm a part of, because I am part of one.
Zara created the Shameless Babies Club, which is me.
I didn't call it the Shameless Baby Club, but I put a lot of my mum friends in a group and I just have never left. And
She actually was involved in a conversation about nappy off time last week.
nappy off time, and I said, do we need to do nappy off time for development or is there another reason?
And we're like, no, babe, just
Tell you
nappy
what,
rash.
not a safe space for non-mothers in that group. All I got was laughter.
got rinsed.
I got absolutely rinsed.
I think some people said it was the funniest thing they'd ever heard. Aw.
Everyone said it's for the rashes, babe. I said, oh, tell me more. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I agree with it. Look, I obviously feel for Ashley Tisdale. This doesn't seem like a very nice experience at all. I just don't wholeheartedly believe that this, in my gut, is like a public service blog post that is doing as much good maybe as we think it is. And I think instead what it does is it puts unnecessary pressure, unnecessary spotlight on a group of women and who is the mean one and who is not. And I think that's actually not good for anyone.
I don't think you can sit on your high horse and have lines in your personal essay like maybe one or except one as in like there was one bad seed. I'm not going to tell you exactly who it was. Like you cannot be on your high horse and do that stuff.
No, exactly right, because I think it sends people on a wild goose chase. And then like speaking of wild goose chases, obviously then people notice that Hilary Duff's sister Hailey, who they are, I would say famously estranged, but like maybe only famously to me, liked the post, and then everyone thought, is it Hilary Duff? And then, of course, we had Hilary Duff's husband's very famous post about it.
Yeah. So Matthew Comer, who apparently is a musician. I wasn't familiar with him. I'm familiar with him in proxy to Hilary. The next day after this post went viral on The Cut, he shared a spoof of the cover photo. So he dressed up similarly, posed similarly to Ashley on a couch. He then edited the headline to read like this: a mum group tell-all through a father's eyes. When you're the most self-obsessed, tone-deaf person on earth, other mums tend to shift focus to their actual toddlers. What did we think about this?
The only thing I like about this is the fact that the man did it. Like that the man entered the chat and randomly got petty. A bit catty and a bit mean. But for the sake of a big celebrity story that the internet watched on for, an interesting move.
Does any part of you, given how much Hilary Duff was copying it more than any of the other women, a lot of people online were coming for Hilary, does any part of you like the protectiveness that he has? I really like it.
Yeah.
I really like it. It's really messy and it's not.
This is your inner mess coming to the fore.
This is my mess coming to the fore. I love this from him. Like, I think this is really fucking funny and gives like just a bit of juice to everyone. Like, this is the shit we need. Like, thank you. The world is so grim in other like.
The celebrities need to celebrity. We say that all the time.
This came famously in a week where the news cycle was pretty dark. Matthew Comer and Ashley Tisdale, I know they're mortal enemies.
They rose to the challenge.
They held hands and they went, you know what we can do for the people?
We will unite and fight.
Give them the most ridiculous, pettiest shit ever. Like, I love both of them for doing this.
Our fourth story. Hailey Bieber slams claims she reposted a TikTok about her tolerating abuse from Justin Bieber. This is from Cosmopolitan. This isn't a particularly long story. I think I'm just constantly astounded about how these two decide to handle press. I will be honest. I really like Hailey Bieber.
Love Hailey Bieber. Big
fan of Justin's albums, right?
They could be in your top 3, actually, as a couple.
I would have to a higher. But that's maybe because I met her. I just don't understand. Let me explain.
Okay.
Shall I?
Yeah,
Ooh.
That's what we're here to do. I don't know if you know the definition of podcasting. Use your words to tell us what's going on in that noggin.
None left. Okay, so just over a week ago, she posted an Instagram story clarifying that she didn't repost a TikTok that alleged she was codependent and in this like abusive relationship with Justin Bieber. She basically posted a photo of an iced coffee with the text, "Hey, I know you guys who live on the internet are really bored, but I didn't repost any video speaking on my relationship. Have a beautiful Saturday." As I said, the original video was about this dynamic and sort of accusing Justin of being abusive and Hailey being caught in this dynamic. And there was like this screen recording that showed on TikTok that Hailey had reposted it. As we know in 2026. 2026.
Welcome, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy to be here.
Like anything can be faked. Screen recording less so, though. And Michelle thinks it was real.
Oh, I absolutely think it's real. Hello, I'm the woman who kept her pregnancy secret for 30 weeks and accidentally reposted 2 TikToks about pregnancy. Do you guys realize how easy it is to fucking repost unintentionally?
No, I think I do it all the time. I think I accidentally comment on people's shit all the time. I'm 100 years old on the internet these days.
And like accidentally DMing people on TikTok, that app
Oh,
is
the wave.
tricky.
Oh my God. To anyone who I've ever waved to, I am sure I respect your content, but I never met the wave.
No, the wave, the comment, the emojis are right there. You can click them and it goes straight into the
I've
comment
commented
section.
by accident on people's TikToks, just the embarrassed emojis.
I know, same. Awful. I have reposted when I was pregnant and like, you know, my followers on TikTok didn't know. I was resharing things about like, I don't know, fetus growth at 22 weeks into pregnancy and it was up for 24 hours. Like, do I think Hailey Bieber watched this video and unintentionally reposted it when maybe she opened up that little link to send it to a friend or send it to Justin? For sure.
Me too. But I don't think you have to respond to it. I don't think it's like important enough to respond.
She should have ignored it.
She should ignore a lot of things. I know that's a really easy thing for me to say because I don't know what it's like to be experiencing the wrath of a stan group for 10 years. But I think the more you respond, the more they respond to you and it never ends. And I think if you commit to silence for years, which is difficult.
So difficult.
I don't want to pretend that it wouldn't be difficult. I think you would get it less. Like, for example, early Jan, she posted that story, our 10th New Year's together and counting with like this one.
Middle finger emoji.
And I can do that because this is a video episode now.
Everyone can get, you know, Zara's fingers. Sorry. I want to say though, and I love Hailey Bieber. She's top 5 celebrities for me. I really, really like her.
No, I agree. She's top 5 easily.
However, when she says, I know you guys who live on the internet are really bored, Hailey, babe, that is you. Like, you guys end up in internet drama all the time because you spend a lot of time on the internet, and I am not judging you. I spend all my time on the internet. But game knows game, and I know you're one of me. Yes, I'm bored, but you are also bored, and that's how you end up. Wolf, you end up in this situation every 6 months with Justin because you are on TikTok scrolling as much as the 3 of us are.
Coming up after this. We got that Cher, Kristen Bell story and Kim Kardashian story, which I'm really excited for, which is why I'm like desperate to get through this episode. First word from today's sponsor.
Zaz, it's a hot summer's day. You're lounging in the shade with a good book. The breeze is breezing. What are you drinking?
You know I'm a G&T girl through and through, Mish.
I do. The best summer cocktail, especially when it's made with 4 Pillars Rare Dry Gin. Nothing compares.
Now, it is actually distilled with whole, fresh oranges, giving it delicious warmth, citrus and spice. The 4 Pillars team recommend garnishing your G&T with orange, which I now do religiously, and it gives something magical to the flavours. It's the best.
Guys, this summer, enjoy a 4 Pillars G&T made with rare dry gin and garnished with orange.
Our 5th story, Cher wants better for Kristen Bell. That's from The Cut.
So does Michelle Andrews.
Right.
You don't? Yes, you do.
I kind of think they're an adequate pairing.
I wish I knew less about these people.
I think these two are just, you know, Dax and Kristen.
That's nice. So you are fine with them. I wanted to break up. Gil just wants better for Gil, which is to hear less about Kristen and Dax.
Exactly.
And I think that's a really beautiful motto. Gil wants more for Gil.
Gil wants better for Gil. Hey.
All right. So a double whammy story for the listeners. Both of these moments happened in the same episode of Armchair Expert. It dropped in the first week of Jan. Music legend Cher was the guest for that particular ep. Context is that Cher and Kristen seem to be longtime friends. They first met when they worked on the film Burlesque back in 2010.
Yeah, so roughly halfway through the episode, Cher kind of says Kristen is the better half of the relationship between, you know, Dax and Kristen. And after some time passed, Dax kind of circled back and was like, fine, who should she be with? Here's a snippet of that.
Who would be your dream partner for her? Because I know you think she could do better. And I don't disagree. Who would be your pick?
I don't know.
Brad Pitt,
he's
maybe?
being self-deprecating right now. He's
I just want to know who she thinks your dream catch would be. There's some people I have that I think are good.
You've never thought about that.
No.
She just
She's just not sold yet on me.
She's not sold
you.
yet. Well, you don't have the relationship.
I don't
that
have the
we
talent of either of you guys. So I mean that part
No,
is.
but the truth is, I trust her. So you must have something that I don't see.
Yeah, there you go.
That is amazing. Cher's response to that. You know, when you walk away from an interaction with someone, you're like, why the fuck did I not say this perfect sentence? Like I said the dumb thing.
Yeah.
Because me in that moment would probably be like, what do you mean, Dax? Like, you're perfect for her. I'm just kidding around. Cher sitting in her power and being like, well, she must see something in you, instead of, I don't know, giving him some excuse to keep doing this bullshit, self-flagellating whatever.
Yeah, I do think that's bang on. I think it is a bit self-flagellating. To circle back to it as well and be like, fine, who should she be with? Like, I'm so cool about this, by the way. I'm like so chill.
Yeah, I'm really progressive. Yeah.
Women like Cher make me excited to just get like a little bit older, because the more you get a little bit older, the more you can say whatever you want and people say you're iconic. Whereas if I said that to Dax Shepard, everyone would be like, cancel that bitch.
You think?
I don't know. I don't feel strongly about much today.
I think she is like, yeah, mother.
Yes.
Mother.
Can we talk about the second moment? Because I'm also really intrigued by this one. So about an hour into this episode, Dax, as he does in the Armchair Expert episodes, was talking to his co-host Monica Padman. They kind of like debrief on the episode, talk about other things. And they were talking about Monica's turning 38. She's spoken in a few episodes about, you know, whether she wants kids or not and whether freezing eggs and all of those kinds of things. And he spoke about his 11-year-old daughter and the fact that she's quite young but wants to have kids, and so he's essentially got a plan for that.
Anyway, so she's saying she wants to have a baby. And I said, when do you think you'll have your first child? When you turn 18?
Oh, okay.
And I want to be supportive of whatever.
Sure, of course.
Yeah. I don't want to plant any seeds that I'd be judgmental or whatever. And she said, "What? No, 18. What do you think I really?" And I said, my guess is between 35 and 45 is when I think
Really?
you'll have kids. I said, and I think if you want to, we'll freeze your eggs when you're 18. You know, like,
Wow.
I'll pay for you to get your eggs frozen so you don't have to think about that.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Because your issue is just when you started freezing eggs, right? Like, had you started at 14.
Well, I think you might have to be
Put you
a
on
certain
hormones.
age before you even had your period.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
I'm obsessed with Monica Padman, but she just did exactly what I spoke about. Yeah, that's lovely. It's exactly what I would say.
I also just realized it's a video episode and I spent the whole time with my mouth open staring at his face. Okay, so here's the thing. I have sat on this for a while.
What do you think?
I don't have a problem with it.
Mm.
I think I'm going against the internet. I'm not feeling passionate about this. I think like it's Dax Shepard. He's a little edgy and quirky. Do I think with this in mind, his heart's relatively in the right place? Yes. Do I think there are layers to it, which is that I think a lot of women are scared about their fertility and there's a lot of fear mongering, a lot of stuff about you have to freeze your eggs because of X, Y, and Z and all of that? Yes. Do I think someone with the means that can give their kid options, especially women, when it can be quite difficult? I think that's okay. Oh, God. Oh, God.
I disagree. I don't feel strongly about it. Like, I actually really don't give a fuck, to be honest. Do I find it a weird, truly weird thing to say and want to do? Yeah, a little bit. I think it's far too young if your daughter's 11 to be talking to her about her family planning. I think her dad getting involved in that is just weird, full stop. I think when he's saying like, who knows, I don't want to like judge her choices. I'm like, she's 11. Like, we're talking about a child. At least let her grow up and go through puberty before you start informing her reproductive decisions. Also, as someone who has had their eggs frozen,
Yes.
it is a huge undertaking, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. The way he is talking about is so flippant. And to nitpick, which I will nitpick, the science is also wrong. If he's thinking his daughter is having a baby at 40, he said between 35 and 45, the eggs they take at 18 will be basically unusable anyway. So I think for me, I'm watching on as someone who's had my eggs frozen being like, shut the fuck up. I don't care, but just shut the fuck up.
Same. So agree. Completely agree. I fell asleep 10 minutes ago.
Next story.
Oh my God, yeah. What?
Okay, really, really quick, because I know you actually don't care much about this one. This is me
Not
story.
hugely.
Okay, Gil, I'm going to judge by you. Do you agree on this?
Oh,
She won't care
I
about
am the
this.
wrong audience for this story.
Classic story. Tom Brady, 48, and Alix Earle, 25, spotted getting cozy on New Year's Eve. That is from Who magazine. The reason I care, Alix Earle, obviously the influencer who has millions upon millions of followers. She came runner-up in Dancing with the Stars. She kind of went into the stratosphere last year. She was in a relationship with NFL player Braxton Berrios for 2 years. I felt parasocial about them. important context, Braxton Berrios, NFL player, but doesn't often
Not a superstar.
get on the field. Or like it's a question mark if he'll get on the field. Sorry, it's the truth. They broke up in the first week or so of December, or we found out they'd broken up. By the end of that month, Miss Alix Earle was on a super yacht in St. Bart's, potentially hooking up with the greatest NFL player of all time, Tom Brady.
So, in context, what happens is Michelle and Mitch split.
Oh, what?
A month later, Mitch spotted with Alex Cooper.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, perfect analogy. Thank you for using me instead of yourself.
Well, my relationship's fine. All right.
Michelle and Mitch on the rocks. No, but I do want to say
Okay,
I
sorry,
care extra because Alix Earle, when she was filming Dancing with the Stars, her boyfriend Braxton didn't come to a single episode. And we've just learned that while filming Dancing with the Stars, she found out her mum had breast cancer.
Yes.
Which makes it double homicide for me that he didn't go to a single filming of a single episode.
No.
I've backflipped on last year's opinion.
No,
last year I
absolutely
said
not.
he's allowed to not go. He was in training.
He was in training. You are contracted to go. You can't leave.
Not to bring Taylor Swift into this, I know I'm going to piss off listeners, but Travis Kelsey would go. He would find a way to go.
That's because he's
true.
Travis Kelsey, not Braxton Berrios. Travis Kelsey is the greatest tight end of all time.
Well, then be better.
Okay, well, there we go.
I think it's an iconic rebound from Alix Earle. I wish her nothing but the best. I do not want her to end up with Tom Brady. I don't actually like Tom Brady. But as far as hookups go, 10 out of 10 hookup.
Our seventh and final story, Kim Kardashian's kids get 4 new puppies, 1 per child for Christmas. That is from People magazine.
The whole story is Kim Kardashian got every single child she has, which is 4 children, a puppy.
A Pomeranian.
A Pomeranian puppy, which is a choice. No. No judgment to the Pomeranian owners. It is a choice.
It's a
It's a
choice to
yuppie
get
choice.
1 puppy per kid. And as you can imagine, Peter had thoughts on that.
PETA, not Peter.
Everyone knows what I meant. Not Peter.
And Peter, what do you think?
Peter had thoughts on that. I did find this kind of interesting reporting from People magazine. 2 had dark fur, 1 had a cream coat, and 1 had sable fur. Now, one other thing that I found really interesting from People magazine about this story, because I do think this was my favourite story from the break. Absurd. And just to be clear, you simply can't buy 4 puppies.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Just my contention is clear.
Yeah.
They also, the family, and when I say the family, I just mean Kim Kardashian's immediate family, have several other Pomeranians, including 2 that joined the family in 2019. How many Pomeranians are there?
Well, this is first of all, for someone who doesn't even like dogs that much, it's so random and rogue to me that this is your favorite story. I think where people are really upset is they have watched the Kardashians buy puppy after puppy over the last 10 years. It is not exactly clear
Where the others are.
where the dogs are. Like, they keep buying more, but we never see the existing dogs after they're like puppies. And I do think, I don't know, buying 4 puppies for Christmas, I think is a batshit decision.
Of course, it's batshit. Now, I'm going to cash in my tangent token to finish this episode with, dare I say, my other favourite story from the break, also dog-related.
Okay. Who are you?
No idea. Anyway, so earlier this month,
Yeah.
there was these awards called the Astras. So as part of like the Celebrity Hollywood Award season,
Okay.
the Astras are like hosted by the Hollywood Creative Alliance. They recognize achievement in entertainment. They are voted, these awards, by filmmakers, journalists, and critics. Sounds fine and legit enough.
Do you want an Astra? Like an Astra?
I think you
would be
want
a
an
nice
Oscar
thing.
more.
Yeah.
But the famous people I was checking turn up to the Astras and pose with their trophies. So it's not a meaningless award.
Okay.
Like Greta Gerwig posing with her Astra a couple of years ago.
Okay. Thanks.
So there was an award this year for Best Horror or Thriller. Now, you have some pretty big names nominated for this award. You've got your Ethan Hawkes, your Alison Brie, Sophie Thatcher, Alfie Williams, Sally Hawkins, right?
Okay, big names.
And Indi the dog.
I definitely knew what?
and Indi the dog. So Indi the dog was also nominated for Best Actor in Hollywood or in a horror or thriller next to these names. So you might be wondering.
Is that standard awards practice?
I wouldn't think so.
That a dog would be nominated opposite humans?
Well, it's not necessarily, there's not like a canine category, so they have to go somewhere. But the thing about Indi the dog, so Indi the dog starred in this film called Good Boy, which he's...
so he was the star.
The star. The owner directed it over 3 years. And the Washington Post kind of did a review on this film and wrote about Indi the dog, Sometimes Indi didn't need his owner's help to act like a professional. Once he was following a kibble trail when he suddenly looked up and raised his ears when he heard a bird outside, a movement that made him look shocked. So anyway.
Can we cut that specific clip up and put it on our socials? Because I'm intrigued. I want to be the judge if he's a good actor.
Guess who won the award?
He won. The dog won. Did the dog go on stage?
Indi the dog won the award, beat Ethan Hawke and Sally Hawkins. And the director, the owner of the dog, said, Indi is honoured to accept this award. Fuck off! He is a dog. He didn't even act.
I love that this was all some Trojan horse for you to fucking rinse dogs again. If Indi was the best actor, he was the best actor.
He was not the best actor. The dog accidentally raised his ears and looked shocked and everyone thought, give him the Astra.
Okay, you try and have a dog brain and try and act for a whole movie and I'll see how you do.
It took him 3 years.
Indi could
the
probably
average actor does it in 3 months.
I love it. No, Indi probably deserved the award. Who's it voted upon by? A bunch of dog lovers.
No. So here's the thing. Critics, filmmakers, journalists. The head of the Astros was interviewed by the Washington Post being like, I was very, very shocked that Indi won and then admitted he voted for Indi.
You would vote for Indi.
No, I fucking wouldn't.
You would.
You wouldn't.
Oh, well, I would. Would you? Would you vote for a dog?
I mean,
a dog person?
I am a dog person, but it depends on how good the performance really was.
Well, given Kim Kardashian is now into acting, maybe she got 4 Pomeranians to be like, I could be on the next Star. Train up this dog and I've got another actor in the film.
I don't think she'll want to share the stage.
Stop the tapes.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
the
nuts.
end.
I would love the clip of the dog looking shocked on our Instagram, please. Can you speak to the social team about that?
I'm just looking around the room. Okay, yeah. So that's actually all we've got time for. Welcome back, team.
Welcome back. Anything to add? Any little bits? Housekeeping?
Couldn't be a single thing we need to add more than what we already did. I'm sweating.
Fun
Me too.
Stay awake though.
Yeah, stayed awake.
Can't
Any
argue with that.
hallucinations? Anything off into any bright lights? Don't go towards them.
this whole thing could be one big hallucination. Indi the dog may not have been real. Bye.
Bye.
This podcast was recorded on Wurundjeri land. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.